Welcome students. Welcome to the second part of my video. Topic Union Executive Civics Standard 8. In the first part we saw the structure of union government. We saw the president as a nominal head. Under him there is legislature, executive. Under legislature we saw Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Executive we saw Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Now my dear students, further we could see who is the constitutional head. As we all know, the constitutional head is none other than the President, and the real power lies with the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Or in other words, we say that President is just like a rubber stamp. He's been used everywhere by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Or in short, I say government. Now my dear students, further we will see that who is the President, what is his office, which is the highest office of honor, and how this President is being elected. We have also seen that once the President is elected, what is his tenure, what are his qualifications, and further we saw what are the responsibilities which are handled by the President. In short, I can say the powers and the functions. Then we also saw in the previous video the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. And we saw how the Prime Minister has been elected and what are his responsibilities. We saw various responsibilities of the Prime Minister. One is to, once he is elected as a Prime Minister or selected as a Prime Minister, it is his responsibility to see who are the other colleagues who are supposed to work with him. That is his prime duty, to select his team, to play a game for next 5 years. After deciding that, who are supposed to be with him or her, besides the portfolios for his colleagues, then he conveys the meeting. He is the chief, or he chairs the meeting, whichever meeting which has been conducted by the Council of Ministers. And also we could see that Prime Minister, he is responsible to raise the image of the country in the international arena, and also bring in or achieve favorable opinion globally, and to build the trust among the people and provide support to those people, those who are in need. Now my dear students, further we will see what are the function of the Council of Ministers. If I say functions, there are three main functions. In short, I will say one is to make laws. First is to make laws. Second is to decide policies and to work in that direction and take into confidence whenever they present the policy or a decision taken by the government. And each of the respective departments lays their policy plans in the House to bring about discussion. And last but not the least, the implementation of policy. Just not to make law, just not to take the confidence of the people in the House, but also to execute the plan or the policies which are laid down by their department. Once the Parliament approves the laws, the Council of Ministers implement them. Now the question arises in our mind. How are these ministers being checked? Are they going to go according to their whims and fancies? Are they going to rule by their own? It's a great question. And how does the Parliament keep check on them? Now let us see. How are they checking these ministers? First is discussions and debates. Debates and discussion among the members of the House is an integral part of law-making process. The debates and discussions helps the members to scrutinize the policy, the proposals and the laws, and to point out shortcomings. These discussions are essential for the creation of the healthy laws. The next is question hours. During the parliamentary session, proceedings of the House begins with the questions asked by the members. The concerned ministers are supposed to give satisfactory answer to these questions. Question hour is one of the effective way of keeping check over the Council of Ministers during the question hours. During the question hours, members criticize the government and ask questions on various issues. Occasionally, the members walk out of the House or enter into a well of the House and give slogans to record the protest. 0 hours. Now, my dear students, this 0 hours is very, very important in the parliamentary session. At 12 noon, it is called as 0 hour. During this period, the question of public importance can be raised and discussed. Now what I am saying, it's the most important and we all need to know. That is no confidence motion. As we have studied in the previous lessons, that if the government, they don't work according to the constitution, and if the people are not taken into confidence, then a no confidence motion can be passed by the opposition and they can be removed before the tenure is over. So this is one of the most effective way to keep check on the Council of Ministers. The government stays in power till they enjoy the confidence of the majority in Lok Sabha. If the members of the parliament withdraw the support, it may lose the majority and the government cannot stay in power. The member of the House can move on no confidence motion by simply expressing we don't have confidence in the government. If such motion is passed, then the majority support with the Council of Ministers against the Council of Ministers, then the Council of Ministers have to resign. Yes, let me conclude this lesson by saying that. My dear students, there are executives, bureaucracy that work under executives. These extensive bureaucracy that works under executive, we shall study in chapter number 6. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you for your patient hearing. I request everybody to like this video. Not only like it, but also subscribe it or also share it with others.